Today what we'll do is we'll set up xterminal emulator within a rocks filer. First question is, why do you want to do that? So for example, if I'm in a rocks filer here, let me make it a minus sign here, make it smaller. And let's say I happen to be in another folder, for example in etc, and I want to start a terminal emulator that starts in etc. So voidpup64 here. Let me just go ahead and tap on a grave key, which is a key right below escape key. Install the xterm, so it starts an xterm. So you can see that there is a cursor, and we'll just say present working directory pwd, and it's etc folder. So that's one big advantage, is you can start a terminal emulator within whatever the folder you may be in with a rocks filer. So let me close that, and then so default in most of PuppyLinux is lxterminal, but I prefer xterm for several reasons. But so in voidpup64, I had to use the terminal and then just to sync and upgrade, and then vpmi xterm to install xterm. So that's how I got the xterm. But otherwise, other PuppyLinux, you just have to use a Puppy Package Manager. Now the first thing after you install xterm is that the Xresources file is very minimal, and let me just show you. I'll just go ahead and start the rocks again, minus sign, and then Control H to see all the hidden files, and we'll just take a look at the Xresources file. And then this is really minimal, so what we need to do is actually overwrite this to get full benefit of xterm. So to do that, I have a site on my Google Drive that you can just access, and then we'll copy this address and then get a web browser. We'll just go ahead and enlarge it, and then we'll insert the web address, and then you'll get to YouTube notes on my Google Drive. And what you need to do is just go ahead and copy this Xresources. YouTube description will not allow this to be copied. So, and then Control C to copy here, and what we want to do is just overwrite this. So Control A will what we want to do is paste it, Control V. So now we want to save it. So that's done, and now we have a let me just close this here. Now we have new Xresources file, so we need to read the newly configured Xresources file, and you can do that here by just going this, grab this, and then we're going to open the lxterminal now. lxterminal, and then we'll go ahead and paste it, right click and paste, and then this will read the newly configured Xresources file. So now you can see that it's not the plain white anymore. It's nice, a nice black with a red blinking cursor. So now that's what happens after you go ahead and paste the newly configured Xresources. Okay, now what we want to do is get into the rocks filer itself. So we'll go ahead and open it up, minus again. What you want to do is just go ahead and right click, and then options, and then go to menus, and you can see that it's already set up. It's already set up with the open terminal with grave key, which again is right next to the right below the escape key. And then now we want to, rather than just starting plain xterm, what we want to do is copy this here, right here, and then right click, copy, and then over here we'll just go ahead and control V to paste it. So what it's saying is that when we trigger xterm, we want a little bit of space, 10 pixels around the edge. I'll show you, and then we want a foreground black color, background green color, but in fact that is actually the other way backwards, but this is how you can you still have to configure this. And then geometry tells screen where you want the xterm to start whenever you start within a ROX filer. And I on my screen it's going to start right here. So what this parameters tells is the 72 has to do with the horizontal character, number of characters, and 19 is height of the window character, and this is a pixel. So this relates to a pixel where the left upper corner of the xterm should start, and this just gives information that it should start wherever the ROX filer folder is open to. So we'll just go ahead and click it, and then OK, and then close the ROX, and we'll start the ROX again. And then you should have read it again now. And then now I'm gonna touch the grave key, and you notice that it starts over here. Now it's got a black background and green foreground, and it has a nice blinking red cursor. So ls. So this is how you can, and pwd. So this is how you can start. Let me just, and then we'll go to USR now. So this is different folder, and we're gonna grave key again, and then pwd here. Now we're in USR LSL. So you can see that this clearly works. I should have mentioned that a negative B10 has to do with the pixels where you want the letter to start. Without that minus B, 10 pixels is too close to the edge right on it. So it has to be 10 pixels here and 10 pixels from the window edge to the bottom. So